say with the lively universe and circle visitors, you ride the showers in order. You missed all the whiteheads on the beach and let all the flowers fall from your hand. No one says I love you with spread arms in the governance. And write your names in the letters in the smoke some down the shore. Remember, no one ever let you, but suddenly your window's shut and bang like a car over potholes. You set the sky with the red grain like a red fish. You're gonna hit it sooner or later. Ow, the birds are gonna fly over fields near the ghetto. Ow, the old man in the town with the pen and the power. Oh, the storm full of tears. It's time to change the way you feel. Say, you are here and I am there, but you're empty to me all the same. And fly go around me about what social strain. Lifeless names you pray, and now you're done, little one. You bring a mount of honeysuckle, yeah. But now you're sad. You never thought that the butterflies would ever be like this. And my happiness, I suppose, is watching all go down and around. And now all the while sitting by counting time and throw it in a pile now. In a waltz to the falls, you pick it up where you left off and said, hey, my name, that's a sign to all of my letters. Oh, my name, the one that makes you dream and despair. Says, yeah, my words raining over you like a stormy hour. My tides are the same, control me, pierce your hours. Whoa, I said it once, in the wind, in the wind, in the window. I said it once, oh, in the wind, in the wind, in the window. Baby, 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 gonna be your own. Baby, 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 gonna be your own. Ooh, my sailor, my sailor, my sailor. Ooh, my sailor.
One, two, three.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey. Come on. Come on, baby, come on. Ow. Oh. Chop, chop, chop. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Good evening, Stamford Musicians Group. Good evening, Facebook Live. Good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Twitch. I'm Frank Tosto. Welcome to BandSetter live stream show. This is the There I Said It, and I don't care who knows it episode. We're going to ask all of our artists tonight. And by the way, we have over 14 artists on tap for tonight. We're going to ask all of them to divulge one musical guilty pleasure. For instance, I happen to love Kelly Clarkson. There, I said it, and I don't care who knows it. So, we have visits from Mr. Kenny Weiss. Mr. Pat Stone will be here. So will Tom the Suit Forrest, Mike Baumwell, Charlie Happy Life, so many others to get to. We're going to start the night off with my buddy Matt McDonald doing one of my all-time favorites. This is Instant Karma.
Instant karma's gonna get you, gonna knock you right in the head. You better get yourself together, pretty soon you're gonna be dead. What in the world are you thinking of? Laughing in the face of love. What on earth you trying to do? It's up to you, yeah, you. Instant karma's gonna get you, gonna knock you right in the face. Better get yourself together, darling. Join the human race. you gonna see? Laughing at fools like me. Who on earth do you think you are? A superstar? Well, right you are. Well, we all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun. Well, we all shine on. Everyone, yeah, come on. Instant karma's gonna get you. Gonna knock you off your feet. Better recognize your brothers, everyone you meet. Why in the world are we here? Surely not to live in pain and fear. Why on earth are you there when you're everywhere? Gonna get your share. Well, we all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun. Well, we all shine on. Everyone, yeah, come on. Well, we all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun. Well, we all shine on. Everyone, yeah, come on. Well, we all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun. Well, we all shine on. Everyone, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, brother?
Hey, Frank. How you doing?
Hey, welcome back. Are you on in the mountains somewhere? 'Cause
Yeah, I'm it's the second wave of the COVID beard.
well, hey, you know what? Yeah, I just trimmed mine tonight, and I don't know. I think I was thinking about Kenny Weiss because Kenny, who'll be on a little bit later, he's got this beard that's happening. I don't know what it looks like tonight, but it's got this beard that's happening, and it's such a cool look that I think I might do it. But then, I got to deal with my wife,
Takes a lot of investment. It's an investment of time.
Well, yeah, that, you've got to, you got to keep it. You got to look good. Sporting a beard is not like, we don't all want to look like, these men of the wilderness type of thing. You want to have that kind of distinguished, almost scholarly look. Like if you were to say to me, Frank, I feel your investments. Yeah, I believe the portfolio is as follows. I think that would be very credible.
Yeah, I think I'm pulling it off effectively.
All right, so Matt, this is the There I Said It, and I don't care who knows it edition of our show. We are asking everyone for one guilty pleasure. Now, let me explain. Let me just start by explaining the rules. This is not like, oh yeah, I happen to like Tom Waits. That's not a guilty pleasure, okay? Because Tom Waits is great. Can't be like, I really like the second side of, I don't know, whatever album, like that's not the guilty pleasure. It's got to be something that people that you might that might be somewhat embarrassing. For instance, I've already said Kelly Clarkson at the beginning of the show. I also like Donny Osmond. I've said that before. I'll put it out there. I think that stuff from the early 70s was great. I like everything Kelly Clarkson does. I think she's got an amazing voice. I know it's not a stretch, but you wouldn't expect somebody like me to like Kelly Clarkson. Let's face it. Right? Yeah. All right. The floor is yours.
Well, I mean, I don't so I have the Sirius radio in my car, and like I'd say one of my two favorite stations is the New Wave station. All of that like early 80s Duran and all that stuff. I think I would have been made fun of in high school for listening to that. I definitely wasn't really that into it then, but I listen to these songs now and it's like, these are good songs and I can dig a synthesizer in my music. So I don't know if that counts as a guilty pleasure.
No, I think so. I think so. Kaju Gugu is one of my favorites. Remember them? Like Too Shy. Hush, hush, I love this song. I listen, by the way, I also do the same thing as you. Sirius XM, I've got two stations that I go toggle between. Actually, probably three. Classic rock is one of them, but or whatever it's called. but it's Fish Station, and it's the what is it? The one that plays the new wave. What's it called?
Oh, I think it's just new wave, but I
No,
don't know,
it's called something else. I'll think of it in a second. But anyhow, all right. So I've also in the past said that you play a lot of songs that I like and that I sing along to, and I was actually singing backing vocals on that last John Lennon track. And leave it to Matt to play one song that I don't think I've ever heard of. Now, listen, I am not the world's biggest Who fan. All right. So like this is the inverse or the converse of what we're just discussing. Most people think, well, I love the Who. Like I like the Who. I don't love the Who. But you do. I know, I can tell, because this is a deep
it's a deep track. It's
Yes,
a deep
it
track.
is.
Well, it's got one line in it that
Apropos-
made me pick the song.
Apropos, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What
I
is
got a feeling 21's going to be a good year.
There you go. I love it. So let's go ahead and play it. This is Matt doing the Who. This was actually called 1921. I think they're referring back to.
It's 100 years ago. They're talking about World War I in this song.
Hey, fair enough. But you know what? Look, say what you will, but there's a lot of people talking about the pandemic. And when you think about the 1918 pandemic, and so and just what sort of what the U.S. went through after following the pandemic. You have the roaring, roaring 20s, and is it the roaring 20s or
the roaring 20s? Yeah,
roaring 20s.
We're
right.
gonna have we're going to have it again. The roaring 20s.
Well,
again.
No kidding. It's like the minute we can all sort of get back out there, and guess what? We're gonna roar. So here's Matt doing the Who, 1921. Here we go.
Optimistic, but somehow when you smiled I can brave bad weather. What about the boy? What about the boy? What about the boy? He saw it all. You didn't see it. You won't say nothing to no one ever in your life. You never heard it. How absurd it all seems without any proof. You didn't hear it. You didn't see it. You never heard it. Not a word of it. You won't say nothing to no one. Never tell a soul what you know is the truth. Optimistic, but somehow when you smiled I can brave bad weather. What about the boy?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know that I know that song, but it's from Tommy. I presume it's from Tommy.
It's from Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird song in that like it sort of describes, I think, what I gather is like the thing that happened that made him into like a deaf, dumb, and blind kid. So
On that
anyway,
note.
it's not about that song. It's not about that song so much, but like that one line, I was like, all right, I'm gonna actually learn that song so I can sing the song with the line. Got a feeling 21's going to be a good year.
Yeah. So and first of all, thank you for that. And you're right. It was definitely an appropriate song for this setting. Hey, we missed you last week, or last time, I should say. We didn't do a show last week, but 2 weeks ago we missed you. What happened, man? Were you on vacation? On
I
vacation?
was on vacation. Yeah,
All right.
we took a long couple of weeks in Vermont skiing and snowshoeing.
You know what?
Nice to get away.
I just had a friend who went up to Vermont. Now, I was under the impression they sort of are doing this. Yeah, 'cause they're not really receptive to people from this area visiting them. Is that different, or is that?
We had a COVID test. Like the week we quarantined for a week, did a COVID test, and then we were able to go.
So you had to go through the whole thing. Do they ask you like at
It
the
wasn't
border?
like a strong enforcement thing or anything like that, but like I just didn't want to. I wanted to be on the up and up, so we did the whole thing.
So, but what happens seriously for those of us at home that might be planning a trip to Vermont? Do they ask you to sort of? Do you have to fill stuff out when you get to the?
You had to. We had to. Our hotel asked us if we had it, and we had to tell them that we did. I think some hotels might be different, but ours.
Okay.
It wasn't like we could have kind of just. I guess we could have said, yeah, we're good, but.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know.
We were on the up and up.
All
Just
right,
in case there was something more than that. So we had like papers showing that we had stuff and our test results, you know.
I mean, like, what age are we in? Like, where are your papers? Like, what papers? Give me the papers.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, First Wave is the name of the station for.
Not New Wave.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
First Wave.
First Wave, and they played.
It's a great station.
It really is. Absolutely, I love that. Another guilty pleasure of mine. But keep in mind that I was. I'm dating myself a little bit. I was out of high school in the early 80s. I graduated in 82. So by 1983, when all of that stuff really started to take off, I was already in college. And so, it was kind of an interesting time for all of us. And I thoroughly, I kind of, again, I'll say I kind of grew up with that stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I'll tell one story and then I'll let you go. I always say, like, our high school friends, we all went away to college listening to Rush, and we all came back listening to the Talking Heads and the B-52s. I mean, it was just that kind of a transitional period for all of us, and I'm glad we did. I'm glad we experienced that. Yeah. So
all that music is like great. But like when I was in high school, I mean, it definitely was in that classic rock mold where like, oh, you don't like Zeppelin, And
it's funny how life like is, because like now I'm back there. I'm still I'm looking at all my old sort of classic rock albums and going, man, I gotta play. I was looking at Shaved Fish. Do you know the album, which is the John Lennon best of Yoko Ono?
No.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, it was a great album. Matt, as always, thank you very much. It was great to see you again, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Frank.
Right. Take care. Matt McDonald.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Dawn Richardi and John Clunan. How are you?
Frank, we're good, man. We're good. Really enjoyed
Good.
the songs from Tommy Rock Opera. I loved that album when it came out. I was so lost from the drug culture. I was kind of a misguided kid trying to get through high school, and that music just rescued me and just kind of turned me around, and I started playing the guitar about then too.
So that directly inspired you to pick up a guitar?
Absolutely.
No, that's great. I
And
mean,
Matt did a great version on it.
I as I said to Matt, I don't know the album all that well. I certainly know some of the songs from the album. And it's an album that I guess one of these days I'll sort of looking into it. I mispronounced the word before. I'm just making a joke. One of these days I will definitely try to rehash it and connect, or I won't say reconnect because I never really connected with the album, but one of these days I will. But
You know, so much music, so little time.
I know. So, exactly. So first of all, thanks for joining us this week. I saw your recordings, excellent. One by John by yourself, and then one with you and Dawn. We'll start with you, John, your solo, because I thought it was a really interesting song. I love Cat Stevens. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be performing for us.
All right, so this is a song by Cat Stevens. And it was one of the first songs to influence me. So I probably was just picking up the guitar, and I didn't realize that the guitar was going to be a lifelong companion. And my older sister, who has a different version of music, so this was in the mid to late '60s. I'm not sure exactly when the album came out.
Okay.
She loved Cat Stevens. And I just love this song, On the Road to Find Out. And there's a bunch of other songs on that album, too. T for the Tillerman.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And, I mean, to tell you the truth, I kind of didn't follow Cat Stevens' career during my life. And now I'm just kind of playing catch-up. But
wow.
Because I recognize that he's the real deal. I don't know what, he's been up to, what his music has been, but this song really just touches my heart, and I really feel like I love in the end, toward the end, where he says the answer lies within. As a young kid, that was like a real big kind of novelty thought for me. It was like within. I thought it was like God,
right.
Looking out over the mountains, or out at the water. But he's saying no, look inside yourself. And so that obviously has stayed with me, my whole lifetime.
Well, he's one of the true authentic individuals, and there are a lot of musicians out there, and we know them. They are posers, for the most part, are not, their essence very often is, they're just kind of looking great for the camera type of thing. Cat Stevens lived it. I mean, sang about it and lived it, and of course, he's gone on to other things as well, and really devout. Muslim, etc. So why don't we go ahead and play it? This is On the Road to Find Out by Cat Stevens, John Clunan, and John and Dawn hang out. We'll be right back to you guys.
My happy home to see what I could find out. I left my folk in France with the aim to clear my mind out. Well, I hit the rowdy road, and many kinds I met there, and many stories told me of the way to get there. Ooh. So on and on I go, the seconds tick the time out. There's so much left to know when I'm on the road to find out. Ooh. Na 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 na. Well, in the end I'll know, but on the way I wonder. Na 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 na. Through descending snow, through the frost and thunder. Na 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 na. Well, I listen to the wind come down, telling me I have to hurry. I listen to the robin's song, saying not to worry. Ooh. So on and on I go, the seconds tick the time out. So much left to know when I'm on the road to find out. Ooh. Na na na, na na na. Said I found myself alone and hoping someone would miss me. Na na na, na na na. Thinking about my home and the last woman to kiss me. Na na na, na na na. Well, sometimes you have to moan when nothing seems to suit you, but nevertheless you know that you're locked toward the future. Ooh. So on and on I go, seconds tick the time out. So much left to know when I'm on the road to find out. Ooh. Then I found my head one day when I wasn't even trying. Na na na, na na na. And here I have to say, 'cause there is no use in lying. Na na na, na na na. Yes, the answer lies within. So why not take a look now and kick out the devil's in? Pick up a good book now. Ooh. Yes, the answer lies within. So why not take a look now and kick out the devil's in? Pick up a good book now. Ooh. Yes, the answer lies within. So why not take a look now and kick out the devil's sin? Pick up a good book now. Ooh. Na na na, na na na, na na na, na na na.
I first of all, kudos on the choreography. Dawn, you walked in right at the right part where you can sing a little bit of backup, check on the sauce. Like, you know, you got the whole thing going down.
Look, I wasn't swearing. I didn't know he was doing that.
It's so funny. I was like, did you watch? I don't know if you guys are Met fans, but there was a press conference, I guess, because they had an issue with their general manager, and Sandy Alderson was doing this press conference from his dining room table. And I guess his wife didn't realize he was doing a press conference. She's in the back, like looking through stuff. And like, at one point asking him questions. I'm like, does she know he's doing a press conference? So Dawn, did you know he was recording a number one hit for this show?
Nope. No idea.
That was great. It really was pretty.
What really made the song was her singing at the end.
Yeah, actually, I caught that. I was at first, I'm like, wait, she's singing along. So maybe I thought maybe you that was truly choreography.
Goes on in this house day and night, all hours. It's just Music City.
I love it. We're going to get to your next song where you guys do it together. But before we get there, give us one guilty pleasure of yours. An artist that you like that some people might be surprised at and might make the space. Really?
You know, Frank, I really do like Joni Mitchell. It's not a guilty pleasure.
That's cool.
I mean,
Joni Mitchell's cool.
I sing. I'll do a lot of women's songs, Joni in particular, because they're just so beautiful. If I had a guilty pleasure, though, it would be Katy Perry's "I Kissed a Girl." Now, I don't know the song, but I like listening to it.
All right, well, that's fair enough. That's good. That qualifies. Dawn, what about yourself?
Well, I like the old cowboys, like Gene Autry. I mean, We were kids. We used to have one of these grind-up record players. We used to take it down the yard, and all the kids would come around. We'd play the old 78s.
That's cool.
Gordon Rogers.
I love it. I love it. Love it. All right, so let's do this next song. This is a Tom Petty song, awesome song, one of my favorites from him. I'll go ahead and just play it, and you guys can talk about it on the way on the back end. All right. So hang tight. We'll come right back to you guys.
All right, here we go. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you a lover. Go away somewhere all bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide. You deserve the deepest of cover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me. Far away from your trouble and worries. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel
Yeah. I kept playing every time I hear that song. I always think of that little piano riff that happens. That's Benmont Tench when he goes da 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 da. So I sang that a few times. Hey, that was awesome. Both Dawn and John, great job on that. Really, really enjoyed it.
But also it's an ode to Tom Petty, who we lost.
Sure.
Over the past few years, I've lost some very dear people, very close to me, and unfortunately, family. And also, there's been people like Tom Petty that have moved on. And, it's a shock to our system. But when we play some of their music, it kind of helps to bridge the gap a little bit. We can celebrate their lives and kind of get over the fact they're not with us so much.
Absolutely. Those are beautiful words. And thanks for sharing that sentiment. Really appreciate it. Dawn and John, we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Be well, be safe.
Bye-bye, Frank.
Okay, bye-bye. Mr. Kenny Weiss, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I was just talking about your beard.
Oh, this whole thing.
Yeah, well, we were just Matt McDonald and I were just trading because he's growing a little bit of a beard. I've trimmed mine, and I think I'm just going to keep it trim. But I was sort of fantasizing a little bit. I'm thinking, I said, one of these days I'd really like to grow it out, kind of like Kenny Weiss is doing right now. So there you go. How you been?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, just living the quarantined life, I suppose we're all doing now, and making videos and chatting with you and doing all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, I've been watching your videos. A lot of great collaboration, obviously, with your bandmates. How's that whole experience been? I mean, obviously, it's not the same as sort of getting together, but short of getting together, has it sort of filled the void a little bit?
I mean, as much as it can. Doing the videos it's been a lot of fun. It is different from getting in a room or at a venue and playing, obviously, but it's really nice to be able to collaborate with Steve and Johnny, and we'll have some more people on future videos as well. But it's a big learning experience to put these videos together, and learning how to make it interesting but consistent. It's all really fun. Yeah.
I was reading something recently. It talked about a lot of the big music houses are putting together true content studios. I mean, and essentially they've found out what we all have found out, that this is here to stay. Whether look, it's not going to replace being live, but there's ways to do what we do and essentially put out the music in a fashion like I don't know if you caught it, but Terrapin station, Terrapin, the band, that the Dead band that Chuck Chesler and JP are in. They did a live show the other night. It was a live broadcast. It was awesome. I mean, I sat back, I dimmed the lights, grabbed a beer, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so what? I mean, so yeah, it would be great to be in the same room with them. But that was also done, from what I understand, using a 360 camera, which I think might be the sort of the next phase on all this, like literally getting a VR thing going on. And before you know it, hey, we can only, anyhow. All right. So take us through what this song is. I've been very surprised by your song selection, only because I've seen you guys play out and I've seen you wail on guitar, and then you treat us to a song like the one we're going to hear. Tell us about it. Yeah.
So, for December, when we put out videos, we tried to stay as holiday centric as possible. And moving into January, we've released 3 videos so far for January. Humble and Kind was the first one that we released. That was actually a Christmas gift from my mom, which was very nice. And then this one that we're gonna listen to today is You've Got a Friend in Me. And to be honest, my kids were watching Toy Story, and I was like, it's almost so underappreciated when you just listen to it, and then you're like, oh, wait, like this is really, really good. And Randy Newman put it all together. It's great.
Have you ever? I don't know if you've ever seen Randy Newman live. I've seen him perform live, and one of the most entertaining guys. He's a great storyteller. He's an incredible songwriter, et cetera. So this is thoroughly enjoyable. All right, so let's go ahead and play it. This is Kenny Weiss and Gang playing You've Got a Friend in Me. Here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and miles and miles from your nice young dad, you just remember what your old pal said. You got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got trouble, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do. We stick together, see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and strong
You've got to get Johnny and Steve to join us next time. I mean, they seem like they're having so much fun.
I hope they're having fun. It's funny. I texted them the link and let Johnny and Steve know what was going on. And I think Johnny's watching right now, but he's texting. Hey,
Johnny.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny. He's like, can he be charming?
That was great.
It's great. And, you know, Steve and I have played together for a long time. You know, he and my dad are like really, really great friends. And growing up, being able to kind of get roped into playing with him and his crew has been really, really fulfilling. And then Johnny and I, we met playing with Shelley Welsh and Shell Shocked a few years ago.
Right.
And so I scooped him up, and it's great, and it's super fulfilling for me. I hope it is for them too. But
so your videos you post every Tuesday on what? Where do folks find it?
Yeah, so like I said, all a learning experience. So we were doing Tuesdays, and now we're actually doing Fridays.
Okay.
So there will be a new video coming out on Friday. And
where can we find it?
I post them. I'll share them on my music page, my Facebook music page, which is Kenny Weiss Music. It goes on my personal Facebook page. You know, friend me if you're not a friend, or follow me on Facebook. And then Steve and Johnny will share theirs as well on their pages. So
that's terrific. Well, Kenny, thank you again. Give our best to Steve and to Johnny, and we will see you hopefully next time for some more installments of the Kenny Weiss Project. Take care, man.
Thanks, Frankie.
So I got a beef to pick with your dad, Pat.
Oh no, get in line. All right, what's up?
Just tell Randy, your dad, Randy, that I read the comments that people leave about the show. I know he's pissed at me because I don't necessarily love The Who. It is what it is, but come on, man. Give me a break. I can't love every band, but I do like The Who. I just don't love them. All right, that's it. That's my little rant.
I'll pass it on. I make no promises for what the response will be.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Pat. This is it's always a pleasure to see you. Before we get to your song, give me one guilty pleasure, a band or an act that you think people would be somewhat surprised to hear that you actually like.
Oh man, that's rough. Well, lately I've been doing a lot of music lessons. I've gotten a lot more students, and you know, I have a lot of way younger students, and I was teaching this one kid ukulele. And, she wants to learn like High School Musical and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not really into that stuff. And then the more I listened to it, the more I got into it. And I was like, I went home and like listened to it more, like this actually rocks. It's not as rock and roll as other things are. But yeah, I got really into High School Musical this week. So
you know what? I look, I've got my kids are in their 20s, early 20s. And we watched a lot of High School Musical because that was, out right when they were in those prime years of, say not bad stuff. I think it's all good. I'm having fun, of course. But the reason I thought of this sort of thing is that we were having a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and I divulged the fact that I loved Donny Osmond growing up. I mean, I don't know if you probably don't even know who Donny Osmond is, but
I vaguely do.
I mean, he was a teeny bopper, 1970, 1971. I'm like 10, not even. Well, let me think about that. I'm like 8 years old or 9 years old, and I just love this. And to this day, I'll hear one of those, and I'll be like, I gotta listen to this. Like, and they called it puppy love. Thank you. Good night. All right, so people are tuning out as we speak. All right, so you have done a song by one of my favorite all-time artists, and I say that a lot, but John Mellencamp, I'll call him John Mellencamp. He was originally Johnny Cougar. I don't know if you know that.
I do. I actually saw John Mellencamp many years ago when I was way too young to appreciate it. It's very sad.
You did what? Say again?
I saw John Mellencamp.
Oh, you saw him like on the street, or you saw him live in person?
Like in person playing a show.
So I guess my point is he was originally Johnny Johnny with a Y, Johnny Cougar. And came out and like the record company was going to sort of make him be this like the, and then, you know, then he changed his name to John Cougar because he just thought the Johnny thing was a little, just not the image. And then he grew as a songwriter, you know, and then he was like, well, you know, I want to be true to my birth name. So he went with the whole John Cougar Mellencamp. And then literally as he grew as an artist, he just kept dropping and changing his name into the, what he ultimately is. And he's the real deal, man. He's like, this is me. Yeah. Initially I wanted to be a rock star. Now I'm an artist. Now I'm a poet. Now he's also a painter, as you probably know.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my all-time faves. I think Scarecrows is probably in my top 10 all-time albums. I think Paper and Fire, that whole God, what album is that off of? Whatever his next follow-up albums, they're all amazing albums. This is an earlier song of his. Tell us what prompted you to do this.
Good question.
While I look for it.
Good question. I've been meaning to do one of his songs for a while, and he always sings just a little bit too high for me. So I actually was able to, you know, bring the tuning down a little bit and transpose it. And I did something interesting I've never done on this song. I recorded it on GarageBand, and I was able to tape it at the same time, and was able to put it together into iMovie to get some better audio quality going on. And I'm pretty excited about how it came out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So hopefully you're able to get it.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely give it a listen. That was kind of what Matt McDonald, who I don't know if you saw the earlier part of the show, but Matt was on. Matt was originally just taping stuff into his iPhone. And then he and I were chatting one time, and I said, well, have you ever considered using iMovie and maybe just link? And he goes, no, I hadn't really considered it. And that's essentially what he does. So this is probably going to be essentially right up with the quality of the stuff he does. So we'll look forward to it. Here it is. This is Hurt So Good, Pat Stone. Here we go.
When I was a young boy, said put away those young boy ways. Now that I'm getting older, so much older, I long for those young boy days with a girl like you, with a girl like you. Lord knows those things we can do, baby, just me and you. Come on and shake it up, that's so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. Don't have to be so exciting. Just try to give myself a little bit of fun, yeah. You always look so inviting. You ain't as green as you are young. Hey, baby, it's you. Come on, girl, now it's you. Sink your teeth right through my bones, baby. Let's see what we can do. Come on and take it up. It's so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love, but don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. And I ain't talking no big deals, and I ain't make no plans myself. I ain't talking no high heels. Maybe we could walk around all day long, go around all day long. It's so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. And sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. It hurts so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good.
That's some fancy footwork at the tail end of that. Like show off.
Yeah, I just had to do a little diddly do at the end of it. Just got to end it.
I was doing backing vocals on that entire thing. I was like, "Come on, baby, let it." I can hit that note. I'm one of the only 56-year-old guys that can actually hit that note.
Well, one day I can hear you hit that note.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. So real quick, what's going on with Pat Stone and the Dirty Boots?
Funny you should ask. We recorded a new song yesterday. We've been writing songs remotely, and this was the first time we got together in months, to try to record something, just the three of us. And we're going to be releasing a new song sometime soon, hopefully within the next month or so.
Cool. Maybe you'll share it with us, and that'd be fun to reconnect with you.
Sure thing. Absolutely.
Well, Pat, always a pleasure. I thought you did a great job on that. I'm a huge. I'm not the biggest Who fan, Randy, but I'm a huge Mellencamp fan, and I know that the Who. Mellencamp knows that he's not the Who. I get it, but I do appreciate it all, and thanks again, Pat. Really do appreciate you being part of the show this week, and we'll see you hopefully soon.
Yeah, all the same, Frank. Likewise.
All right, take care, bro.
Yeah.
Mr. Nick Amico at the Wind Up Music. It's at Wind Up Music, right?
You got it, man.
I'm looking at your little nameplate thing. Welcome back, man. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you, Frank?
Yeah. How's the baby?
She's doing great. She's getting big, and it's happening so fast. It's like, weren't you just in newborn diapers? Now all of a sudden, it's like she's 2 sizes up. It's like freaking me out. So.
The reality is this. I know this is your first child. I have 3 children. The reality is this. You sort of mark their progression, and you always think to yourself, boy, it's going to be great once they start X, whatever, just fill in the blank. So things will be fine when they start holding their head up. Things will be fine when they can sleep through the night. Thing will be fine when they start to finally feed themselves. Thing will be fine when they start walking, and that whole succession thing never ends. Just so you know, I've got a 25-year-old. I've got a 25-year-old. I'm like, all right, things will be fine once he gets married. I know things will be fine when he has kids. Things will be fine when he has kids. It's never gonna end. What's happening with the Wind Up? I know you released a couple. Was it one song? I think, or is it 2?
Yeah.
No, it was 1, right?
Yeah, just the one song. We previewed another song on CT Rocks Radio with Bob April, which is great.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Bob.
But yeah, so we're trying. Actually ended up getting that song remastered. So we're looking to put that out mid-February now at this point. So that's what's coming next, and hopefully we'll get in, record some new songs. But we have 2 more after this that's waiting in the hopper to be released. But we wanted to get this next one out as close to inauguration as we could. But there was just so much going on that we had to. You don't want to get drowned out. Number 1, and number 2, everyone's just it's been rough the last couple of weeks for everybody emotionally. So
so before we get to your song, so the next song we're going to play actually is also an original written by you, I believe, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure that you're settled. It's a relatively new song. You're not 100% settled on the title just yet. So we can talk about that, right? But before we do that, as I've asked most of the artists tonight, one guilty pleasure you can share with me.
Yeah, I would say my guilty pleasure right now. I don't often listen to her, but if it does come up, it doesn't. I'm like, oh wow, who is this? Is Miley Cyrus. I think her more recent stuff is pretty good, and she's gone out of her way to get to develop a more rock sound, and I see her doing some covers that sounded really good. Like Zombie was excellent. She did a Cranberries tour. So this is so I would say Miley Cyrus is my
Hey, when my kids were growing up, they watched a lot of Hannah Montana, and I remember saying that girl. I mean, her and Lizzie McGuire, both of them. I thought the two of them were going to be superstars. I think I was right about Hannah, right, and Miley, I guess. But I, Lizzie McGuire. I think she had kids or whatever. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what's happening with her career. All right, so this song was at the time you recorded it. And the time you sent it to me called Bite Down. Is it still called Bite Down?
Yeah, for now.
All right. Okay. All right, you keep us posted on whether or not there's any but this is actually a terrific song. Really, really nicely done. And let me just ask you real quick, recording wise, because I was impressed by the sound of it. It doesn't look like you're mic'd up. Am I right? Is there a room mic? Is there a room mic then?
It's actually, it's phone audio and then audio from a microphone that was sitting next to the amp. So I took the guitar and the phone audio and then just kind of did some light mixing to it and then combined everything with the video.
All right, let's have a listen. This is Nick Amico doing Bite Down. This is an original of Nick's. Here we go.
Facing in control. Heaven's won't protect you. Your patient know the road. So no longer fleeting. Only those who read. Well, let me serve to be.
That was awesome. Seriously, you can see why I asked the question I asked, because obviously there's no mic in front of you, but clearly you were using. Now it made sense when you said the part about the mixing part, because
Yeah.
obviously you mixed it on the back end. But that was awesome. Seriously, it really had a really nice feel to it. I love the groove. I love the voice. I mean, gosh, how do you, man? Where'd you get the voice? Formal training? I mean, help me out here.
No,
Just comes.
yeah, trying just imitating the growl of like Tom Waits, Pearl Jam. Just in my car, I had Pearl Jam cassette that just played on repeat constantly. Growing up in the '90s rock, it has a lot of time.
It sounds awesome, Nick. I'm a huge fan, always have been. So thanks for joining us again. Keep them coming, man. I love this stuff you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This is a fun one. I'm finally getting together with the guys this Thursday. So it's the first time we're getting a chance to practice. It's been all business, like just PR, press and stuff like. So finally getting back to playing music, and hopefully we can be ready for whatever this year throws at us.
Here, and we look forward to having you guys back soon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, that Nick Amico, and obviously, tell me about the song itself. Will you record that song?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's. I mean, I'm not writing enough songs to not lay it down. You know what I mean? It's like there's not a waste paper basket full of written songs.
Right. I'm with you.
Right now. So.
All right, Nick. We'll look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks, Frank.
Take care. Be safe. Be well. Take care. All right, that was Nick Amico, of course. The Wind Up is the name of the band. All right, so our next artist, unfortunately, is having technical issues. She actually texted me saying she cannot somehow click in, but we're going to play her music anyway. Ilana Zabari, if you don't know Ilana, you will get to know Ilana. She has one of the stellar voices in the area. She's also an extraordinarily lovely individual. And so I'm going to go ahead and play Ilana. And Ilana, hopefully you get your connection happening again soon. This is Ilana Zabari doing Nights in White Satin, and then she's going to follow up with one of her own originals. So without further ado, Ilana doing Nights in White Satin.
Never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I've always missed with these eyes before. Just what I'm going through, I can't say anymore. But I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. Gazing at people, some hand in hand. Just what I'm going through, they can't understand. Some try to tell me thoughts they cannot defend. Just what you want to be will be in the end. And I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you. Ooh. never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I've always missed with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore. And I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you.
That's Alana Zabari. She's going to do one more for us. It's an original from Alana. It is called It's a New Day.
It's a new day, it's a new way to find the road to peace. Yesterday is so far away from love. Promises no one bothered to keep. And I'm at the crossroads, not sure where the road goes, which way the wind is blowing me. Here we are with a new start. Wonder how far we could go. You lean back into me. All I feel is the glow of the love I have inside, the feelings I've been trying to hide, but you brought it out of me. I'm so scared, do I dare let go of what's inside of me? It's a new day, it's a new way. Forget about all the mistakes made. Tomorrow finds us again. No, I love you till the end. And when the road gets too rough, when life gets too tough, feel the peace of mind I'll send. send. I'll send. It's a new day.
Kurt and Helen, how are you?
Hi.
Hey, Frank, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing really well, thanks. Of course, I mentioned that Alana Zabari unfortunately had some tech issues, could not connect, but I so wanted to connect with her. That last song was beautiful, so hopefully Alana is watching.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Hi, Alana. We love you.
So Kurt and Helen, you have a lot of fans. I know you do. Everyone's every time we talk about or I've heard your name discussed, it's always the same old. Oh, they're amazing. And you know what?
That's
No,
so nice.
absolutely.
We're so alone. We don't hear it anymore. So we'd love to hear that.
Well, you sent a couple of great songs. We're gonna. One of them is actually a live recording. I'm not sure when you guys made that recording. It's Snakeskin Boots. Actually, maybe we'll start with that song. Tell us a little bit about the song. And
I thought I'd throw that one out at you. I guess I should have. I didn't think of it. Everyone's doing it in their homes, and we could have just sang it to you. So I apologize for that.
Whatever.
So I put the whole band in just to give you a little taste of kind of how we are out there. And so this is Snakeskin Boots. I wrote it for Kurt, about Kurt, because
Guilty. Yeah.
he was he was doing things I wasn't happy about. So like Snakeskin Boots is about smoking cigarettes. And
she got me to quit.
I really was upset. And so one summer I was smelling it up here in my studio. I was playing my guitar and thinking, that's it. And it just came out.
Yes.
And that's what happened.
And so the snakeskin boots, what is representative of a lifestyle? Is that?
I kept thinking I would go downstairs and see this cloud of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So the first line is, "Here I am watching you in a cloud of smoke." And there it went.
I love it.
And
all right. So
snakeskin boots is Frank. I have a nice pair of snakeskins that I've owned for many, many years, and they're one of Helen's favorite boots that I wear. I've got a bunch of cowboy boots, but and so I think that came to her mind when she was writing the song. The snakes.
Right.
You're a really good host because no one's really heard that story.
No.
Well, there you go. I've got that certain thing. Anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and play it. This is Kurt and Helen Band, Snakes. Where was this recorded?
It was at Northfield Church in Weston.
Okay, cool.
And it was a night of country.
All right, full band in the house. Here we go. Kurt and Helen Band, Snakeskin Boots.
Hey, Craig.
Here I am, watching you in a cloud room, waiting for that dust to complete. And you really crushed my soul, you really crushed my heart. I gotta tell you now, baby, it's killing me. Ooh, I gotta tell you now, baby, it's killing me. When I see the tip of your snakeskin, I look up and I see that love looking right through me.
Yeah, that was thoroughly enjoyable. I was doing this. I don't know.
See,
I don't know if you can see. I can never tell. I don't know if you can see me in the green room or not. I never knew the answer to that. You can't see me, right? When
I can't see you.
No.
Well, then you would have seen me doing this. Yeah. Okay. I have the lighter going. Awesome. All right. Before we get to your next song, one guilty pleasure, one song, one artist that we would be surprised to learn you actually like. And I would make the following face like that.
Well, you probably will because she's an opera singer. I grew up with opera at my house. My mom was an opera singer, so I always sang classical before I had to be taught how to sing rock. So it's Cecilia Bartoli. She's a mezzo soprano, and I love her. And for Kurt, it's.
You know, Frank, I was thinking of this before because we were watching the show. We logged in, and you said Donny Osmond. You blew me.
I love Donny Osmond.
That's back when we're close in age. I was a young fellow, and One Bad Apple. Was that? Don't spoil.
Yeah, you're right. One Bad Apple's the Osmonds, right?
Yeah, and of course Jackson 5 too. Michael Jackson.
Jackson 5 is great. But Donny Osmond did his own thing though. He broke away from the Osmonds. He had Puppy Love. He had Sweet and Innocent. Remember Sweet and Innocent? You're so sweet and innocent.
But and back then, I could hit all those notes. I could sing Donny Osmond.
And Frank can.
I hadn't hit puberty per se. You know what I'm saying? My voice was way up there.
I love that little wiggle in the book. All right. So we were going to play this next song. This is Nothing's Gonna Change. Take us through this and tell us what this is about. It's an original. I know that.
Nothing's Gonna Change.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. That one is that's a song Michael Mugridge, and he wrote that and produced it for us, and we sang it as a love song. So actually, I sang it Kurt's on harmony. Right.
And there's a little joke story behind that because during the recording of the song, Frank, we would constantly say, "Nothing's going to change." Right? Nothing, and it would be appropriate to
I would say to
saying.
Michael, I'd say, nothing's going to change.
Nothing's going to change.
Really? Come on.
And he said, no, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change.
Nothing.
So we played on the words for a while, but it's a very beautiful song, and I just love the way Helen sings it.
Gee,
awesome.
thanks.
So let's give it a listen. This is Kurt and Helen doing Nothing's Gonna Change.
We're going to sing you a song, an original one called Nothing's Gonna Change. Ready? They'll never put us in a magazine or any such foolishness. Our love never moved mountains, but was big enough for taking us this far, baby, round every winding turn. So don't you worry, darling. There's one thing that I've learned. Oh, nothing's gonna change the way. The time will fade away. Nothing's gonna change the way my heart feels. Nothing's ever gonna change the way my heart feels. We built this life one day at a time, raised our children tall, filled this home with memories and 1,000 pictures on the wall. And now as I look in your eyes, see all we've earned. When I put it all together,
Okay, that's it, folks.
Well, you left that in.
Couldn't cut that part out, could you?
I was wondering if you were going to take that part out.
I was not. That was too good. It was too good. That was lovely, guys. Thank you again. As always, you guys are,
Having us.
really a joy to watch and listen to.
When we sing together, we like breathe together. So
Yeah, we're sort of like one. But thank you, Frank. Thanks
and
so
we're
much.
working on another new song. So
And thanks for what you do. We love your show.
Well,
Really.
thank you again for joining me, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time or the time after.
It's fun. It's really fun. Thank you.
All right.
It's nice meeting everybody on here.
Kurt and Helen Band. Thank you again, guys. Bye-bye. So I want to welcome Mr. Randy Funk and Reese, right? Am I saying your name right, Reese? Welcome. I don't know if I can hear Reese. Randy, can I hear you?
I think so.
All right, I can hear you. I can definitely hear you, Randy. I'm not sure if I can hear Reese, but she can, if you can, we'll give her one more shot. Hello, hello, hello. Testing.
Yeah,
All right.
probably a technical issue. No worries.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. Hey, Randy and Reese, thank you for joining. I mean, you are Randy. Randy, thanks. First of all, it's a pleasure to finally connect with you. We know each other sort of from afar, through Facebook, etc. I've followed you and what you've done with Reese, but also your own stuff. I know you work with King for the Day. I love some of those videos. You've worked with. I see our video of you and Blues Traveler on stage and so forth.
It was all a dream, man. It was all a dream.
Yeah, well, no, it's a hell of a dream, though. I know you run a studio just a little north of here. What are you up to these days?
Just trying to get it together, mostly. Trying to honor the spirit in our lives.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
It's like if something comes through, but most of the stuff I worked on is just stuff I love.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Really, really cool people, and trying to keep a certain integrity to the music that we create.
Yeah, and by the way, Reese, can you hear us now? And can you?
She can't hear us. I mean, we can't hear her, but she's,
for whatever reason, maybe it's on my end. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I'm not doing something wrong here. Nope, I don't know if for whatever reason. That's okay. It's okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna let the music do the talking. How's that?
Sounds good.
You
rhyme this, everything that I'm saying,
So first of all, I was so impressed by the stuff that you sent, Randy and Reese. Your project. You help me out, Randy, because I don't know. It's a project. It's a band. It's certainly an excellent act, if you will, for lack of a better term. It's called Sarah Sarah, right? I was so impressed by the sound, not only the production quality, but also the beauty of the music itself. Take us through this, Randy, since Reese unfortunately is not able to. I don't think Reese, can you? Yeah, all right, yeah. Reese, take us through it.
That's all it is, We try. I mean, I don't know. It's quite natural. I mean, we weren't really thinking about it. It just happened. We've been involved in music for quite some time. And
who writes the songs?
I mean, Reese really has a melody in mind and lyrics sometimes beforehand, maybe sometimes after, and then I kind of just chicken or the egg, whatever comes first, and kind of put some sounds to it or some chords or whatever,
So the band the project is called Sarah Sarah. It's actually spelled Syrah, right? Am I correct about that? Yeah,
that's kind of, I guess it's because whatever will be the saying. And then also we got back, we kind of got together. We have a history of wine drinking, in a holistic sense. We were, back in the day, we were part of this group called the Grapes of Vaudevillian Fantasy, and then we kind of reconnected after that and figured that well, we probably should have some wine, if we're gonna, think about music.
Yeah.
And we realized that, well, we were going to be called the Cabernet Cabaret, which is kind of cool, but
Syrah is better.
Okay. But like, I mean, there were probably 30 other names that didn't stick, but it was like, we realized that the Syrah wine's made from like these esoteric grapes or something. So we figured we could be those types of people,
So we've got two songs to play. I'll give you, Randy, the choice of one is starts, or they both start with the letter S. One is called She, and one is called Spaces. Which would you prefer to start with?
Well, I mean, Spaces sets the tone for the transdimensional moment that I think, kind of happened in its inception. And then She kind of is an attempt to, to kind of humble yourself and be kind to yourself and others. So it's a natural thing, after total, whatever, compassion and healing.
So let's go ahead and start with Spaces. This is recorded at the Acoustic up in Bridgeport. This is Reese, who unfortunately is unable to connect her mic. But maybe, Reese, what I would recommend, seriously, while we watch this video, plug out and then plug back in, because sometimes that, for whatever reason, that's happened in the past, where if you just kind of reconnect. So why don't we go ahead and play? This is called Spaces in Between. The band is the project is called Syrah, Syrah. Check them out on Facebook. You're in for a treat. Here it is, Spaces in Between, Randy and Reese. Here we go.
Give me some time to find those spaces in between. The spaces in between. Count your blessings, count the stars, count the fallen leaves. Count the breath and spaces in between. The spaces in between. Just before the sun sets and right before the rise, the body is awakened, but it hasn't told the eyes. The shadows and the silence hold the whispering. My darling, I am with you, these spaces in between. You're the best at being you. I'm only good at being me. Let's run and hide outside of time, where the two of us can just be we. spaces in between. Love is never lost, it's in the spaces in between. Can just be
Man, I love that. Reese, can you hear us?
She can.
Well, first of all, that was awesome. I love that Eastern sounding sitar thing happening in the back. How do you played both parts, Randy, right?
Oh, well, in the interest of full disclosure, I have this like Tambura iPad app, you know, and I just put it in the right key and just let it play, and then like I just played the other stuff on it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That was awesome. The next song is actually more of a video. You guys put together a video. It's called She. I thoroughly enjoyed this as well. Can we go ahead and play it without? Is there anything else you'd like to add to this?
No, just, you know, it's like a video we made, you know, for a song, you know.
All right, so let's go ahead and play it. This is Sarah Sarah. The song is called She.
Said that each of us were mirrors. She knew the kindness was that deep. In the shadow of her heart, voices screamed, wouldn't let her be. Lit the world in brilliant colors. He dreamed in indigos and green. When the rains came pouring in, gray was all that he could see. Be a little sweeter to yourself and pass it on. Be a little sweeter to yourself and pass it on. Put a brave face on each day. We know how to make it through the show. Each of us are fighting in some secret way that no one else will know. We make it all look so easy. Each of us are fighting in our secret way, and no one else can see. Each of us are fighting in our secret way that no one else can see. Be a little sweeter to yourself, pass it on. Be a little sweeter to yourself, pass it on.
That was awesome. The album is actually available for download on pretty much everywhere downloadable albums are these days. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, typical places. You don't want
Spotify,
to pay
of
for
course,
it. You can watch it on YouTube.
or you can watch it on YouTube as well. You guys, do you have a Facebook page for Sarah Sarah, or is it?
We do.
Okay.
It's ironically, it's titled Sarah Sarah.
There you go. Duh. Reese, I presume you can't. We still can't hear you. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna have you guys back because I really, really thoroughly enjoyed your music and enjoyed having you guys. And Reese, you and I will figure out the technical aspect of how we can get you to connect so we can all hear you, because you have such a lovely voice. Certainly lovely singing voice. I'm sure your speaking voice is equally as lovely. So thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate having you guys.
Thanks. See you later. Thanks for having us.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Tom the Suit Force. Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy?
How are you?
You know what? This is a first. I have two lines from you. In other words, I don't know if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this.
All right, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take
There
this
you go.
one. There you go.
Which one do you want me to go with?
No, are you getting that echo? Is that echo?
Yeah, well, it was because I had two lines of you. No problem. Right. I see you fine. Okay. Hey, welcome back. Thanks, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, just kind of doing our thing, like the rest of us, I guess. How about yourself?
Well, I'm assuming you've caused this whole pandemic because you had this show before it started. So now
no.
So it's your fault. It was a good idea, though. You get more viewers.
Right. I caused it. No, we started this because we used to do this open mic in Stamford, and we couldn't do it. And then a couple of folks said, "Hey, can you do something like, I don't know, on the internet?" I didn't really understand the whole. I thought we would just do some videos or stuff, but it really with guys like Ed Train who really also does a similar show to this. We just figured out, this isn't that hard. And it really does, as I was speaking earlier, it does give us all another avenue to sort of explore. I know a lot of the larger major music houses are essentially creating content studios primarily for this purpose. And that's kind of an interesting thing because this is here to stay. When we're out of the pandemic, you'll still see this stuff. So that's good. So,
absolutely. It's matured as well.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, and you've sent in some really interesting things to this week, but I've seen a lot of your stuff that you do on like one-offs and you post on your page, which I'm thoroughly impressed with. And I'll reach out to you and I'll be like, "Hey, you want to be on the show?" You're like, "Well, I've already posted all my videos, like, and it's all good stuff."
Yeah, I live in this studio. I mean, really, I'm not playing, I'm not touring. There's no China. There's no, none of the usual stuff. So I'm writing like a crazy man. I must put out, I don't know, 4 videos a week, either of new songs or something like that. I'm working with some folks out of New York. I'm working with Big Thirsty. I don't know if you know him, but he's a great drummer, vocalist.
Okay.
We're writing an album together for him. And the most thing that I want to talk about today, if you don't mind, is that my new album, I'm giving all of the proceeds to Feeding America, which is a food bank across the country. And I'm hoping to raise $1,000. But every dollar that I get goes to that. I just thought it was a good time to do something like that. Things have been so wild out there. So
That's Feeding America.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I just typed it in. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
perfect. I
so
thought you
is
were
that-
prepared.
yes, well, so the key. First of all, that's awesome of you. Seriously, to donate 100%. Now, I believe this album is an instrumental album. I think we have a clip of a relatively. If you don't mind, we'll start there. Is that all right?
Absolutely, please.
All right. So this is called "This Will Pass," right?
Yes, right.
Yes, it will pass.
It
You're
will
right.
pass, right.
You're 100% right. So
Yeah.
this is Tom the Suit Forest, of course. For those of you that know Tom, certainly legendary, certainly locally, really well known, blues Hall of Fame. And so et cetera, et cetera. Again, people know who you are, and I don't need to really sing your praises / accolades. But the reality is,
you can if you like.
All right, well,
I got another 15, 20 minutes.
This is This Will Pass from Tom's new album. All proceeds will go to Feeding America. So please consider it or give it a listen, and please donate if you can. Here we go. Man, it's a joy to watch you play. I mean, your fingers are magical. I mean, seriously, I thoroughly get a kick out of it. So Feeding America, you've got a $1,000 goal. Do we know where we are right at this point?
I'm probably about a quarter away there. I'm going to let it go through February. You can only get the album at one place, and it's a download. It's 12 songs, and that's on my site, tomthesuitforce.com.
Okay.
And as soon as you hit the front page, it tells you where to go to download the album. You can, major credit cards, the whole deal.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So check that out. So the next track you sent just gave me a huge chuckle. I watch, we're Facebook friends, and I watch a lot of your posts. Some of them are political, and by the way, how can they not be political? Certainly, with all we've gone through over the last couple of months,
Yeah.
politically speaking, it's amazing that anybody can resist from, and I thoroughly enjoy your comments, your perspective. You and I think a lot alike, and so I'll say that. And then, so when I saw this video, I got a big chuckle out of it. Do you want to sort of set this up for us?
Yeah, you know what? And mainly it's because I've been so political. I felt really Mr. Negative. Every day I was on something political. And I saw this thing with Bernie, which everybody in the planet has seen. And I said to myself, gee, I wonder what Bernie's holding.
Right.
And all of a sudden, this song wrote itself in my head. And I literally was talking with my wife and I said, I wonder what he's holding. And I said, I'm going to take 2 hours. I went upstairs because I do all of my album, everything on that album is me. Wow. I do it all here in the studio. I play all the parts. So I said, gee, I'm going to write a song. What's Bernie holding? And then I put a video to it. So anyway, that's the deal.
This is Tom the Suit Forest. What is Bernie holding? Here it is.
What was Bernie holding? Does anybody know? Whatever it was, it really stole the show. Did he bring that package to give it to Joe? What was Bernie holding? Does anybody know? Maybe he picked it up off the Capitol floor, left over from the Proud Boys when they kicked in the doors. Sure looked important, as all the memes will show. What was Bernie holding? Nobody knows. Bernie is a one of a kind, strikes and pose. That chair was down in history like his mittens and his clothes. You have to wonder what Bernie thought when he found he was the show. What was Bernie holding? Say, I really need to know. I really need to know. What was Bernie holding? Does anybody know? Whatever it was, it really stole the show. What was Bernie holding? Does anybody know? Whatever it was, it really stole the show. It really stole the show. It really stole the show.
I'm going to characterize that as not your typical Tom the Suit Forest.
No, you know what? I got to tell you, I did it really, really fast. It wasn't, it's not going to end up on an album. It's not going to be sold.
It's a lot of fun though.
It was just fun. That was it. Sometimes I get silly, and I tell you, I don't know about you, but whether I'm right or wrong, I have been so serious for the last 6 months, and I watch 5 news channels a day, every day. My wife and we spend up to 8 hours, and I was so wrapped up in this, and I said, you know what, it's time to stop and kind of take stock.
Yeah, well, God bless. Hey, before we let you go, one guilty pleasure of yours. What act would we be surprised to learn that you're a big fan of?
I don't have a guilty pleasure, honestly. I got some weird taste, but I'll tell you, I am into 2 things that I'm going to be writing music for. One is Debussy. I know that's not like a guilty pleasure. I'm sorry. I am not fun at all.
Come on.
I know. And the other one is I am so into Indian music. I listen to it like all the time. But
cool.
I don't have any, bubblegum song that I really like or anything. Sorry.
Totally cool.
I know you'll never have me back. I'm sorry about that.
Hang on, let me just.
I feel so guilty.
All right, you're off the list.
Off the list. I know. Yeah.
Tom, as always, pleasure to see you. Thank you. First of all, I didn't even say this, but Happy New Year to you, of course. And we'll hopefully have you back as soon as possible. And again, just to remind folks, Feeding America. Go to Tom the Suit Force Facebook page. There's a link to it. Every dollar that is raised as from downloads of Tom's new album, which is Searching for the Mystic, goes towards Feeding America. Please do your part if you can. If you can, clearly, that certainly would be appreciated. And Tom, thank you for doing this.
You know, I love all the people on your show too. I probably know 90% of them, and I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks.
Tom the Suit Force. Take care, buddy. Stay
All
safe.
right, man. Take care.
Yeah, Alt ID and the Green Room Nation. Hey, your mic's not on, Alt ID. Come on, man. This is like your 1900th time on a show.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotta
push a little button.
What's up, bro? Representing
So-
Parkridge, New Jersey.
So, Tommy, Tommy, introduce the gentleman down below. Tommy froze. Gentleman down below. You're not even, your mic's not working. Oh, this is fun.
Oh, Sean, your mic, man. Are you on the iPad? Tap the screen. Oh.
Hey, yeah, listen, we got nothing but time. Yeah, just go ahead. Take your time, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, John, Tommy, do me
capacitor.
Tommy, do me a favor. Tommy, do me a favor. Could you just move like 4 inches? There you go. Joey, can you move to your right?
This right or that?
Yes. The first right. There you go.
First Dennis. Yeah.
And Tommy, you're still Tommy. You got to stay away from that BandSetter live stream show logo. See that? Yeah, there you go. So this is your.
No ideas. I mean, it's difficult. Okay. There we
Tommy,
go.
this is your brother. Go ahead and introduce your brother, Sean.
Go ahead, Sean.
Oh, Frank, Sean, Tommy's brother, his younger brother.
All right, Sean. I know you watched our show over the past. Thank you. Appreciate you really being part of this community, and it's a lot of fun to watch the community expand because, like we've talked about this, we've had art like Ted Silverman from San Francisco. We had Dennis, your friends from Utah. We have folks on occasion that come from a little north of us, and now obviously New Jersey being represented in the form of brothers and family members, et cetera.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that, really do. And so welcome. So all right, so Alt ID, what have you got for us? First of all, before we go there to your song, give me some guilty pleasures, guys.
I guess I'll start. I like Karen Carpenter. I think she's cool and awesome and all that stuff. And I just
You kidding? I love Karen.
I love her. I love her.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm driving, I hit the scan button until I can hear a Barry Manilow song.
First of all, don't you guys are joking and laughing. Barry Manilow is a genius. He's a musical genius.
Yeah,
you're not joking. Dennis is joking. Dennis is laughing.
He loves Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Loves him.
Weekend in New England.
He's all in.
To voice this. I mean, this is
When will our eyes on whatever that's.
That's the
I don't know.
Don't fall in love.
How about Mandy?
Oh, Mandy.
Oh, stop.
I love that song.
Looks like we made it.
Come on.
Oh, it's so great. It's good.
He also wrote "You Deserve a Break Today." I don't know if you know that. Do you know that?
I did not know
He
that.
wrote "You Deserve a Break Today." Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So come
He
on
also
and get
wrote.
away.
Yeah.
At McDonald's, yeah.
He wrote something else. I can't remember what other. Because he was a jingle writer for a while. How about you, Dennis?
Well, mine's more of a true confession. I always hated disco music growing up. So when we go into the NCO club or the Airman's Club, that go over to the machine, it was like 10 cents a song and load it up with about $5 and play same country song over and over and over.
That's fair. Sean, how about yourself? One guilty pleasure we would all be surprised to learn from Sean that he actually likes.
I have a mad crush on Sam Ranzel and that big pipes and that big mouth. And God, she's just a great singer that you've had on your show. And I really like to see her back a lot more.
We ask Sam. So Sam is a local Stamford resident, great singer. She sings with a band called Nine of Hearts, local band. You might have seen them back when we were playing out. Amazing singer, also a comedian. She's got like over 1 million followers on either TikTok or one of those platforms. And I ask her each show, "Hey Sam, anything for it?" Like, and she's been trying to, she's pretty busy, whatever. But we'll definitely have her back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that along to her, Sean. I've met her, by the way, just so you know.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's go ahead and play this. This is Alt ID. You guys are doing. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Oh, this one's a
girls. And you destroyed me because now I'm hearing 3-part harmonies everywhere. That's like a sixth sense. It's nuts. So
I love your version of this, and not an easy song to do. So I got to give you a lot of props, Tommy.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it because
they kind of cross-pollinated the Kid Rock version and the Queen version, so it's kind of a mixture between both of them. So, but I heard the Kid Rock version, it kind of blew us all away, and then of course Queen, Freddie Mercury. Oh my God!
I have to admit I've never heard Kid Rock do this, so.
Oh, it's great.
Really?
Look it up.
I'll look
yeah, it's awesome.
All right, this is Alt ID. This is obviously the 3 individuals that you see up top. Oh, also Todd Joyner joined you on drums. And this is Queen's Fat Bottom Girls. Sit back, guys, relax, and let's take it away.
Oh, you're gonna take me home tonight. That red firelight. Oh, you're gonna let it all hang out. Fat bottom girls, you make the rocking world go round. I was just a skinny lad, never know no good from that. I know before that.
I loved it, man. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Nice
That's a
job.
fun one.
Hey, you guys know the folks in the bottom left-hand side there, Sherry and Dave?
You let the door. Let these guys in. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
We don't know them.
well, they submitted something as well, so I figured since we all know each other, we'd sort of just kind of cross-pollinate.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, Tommy and Dave have the same barber now.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well, his hair is.
Yeah,
That's a cool look, man.
Right? Yeah.
That's a cool look, man. So, Sherry,
So when you get a haircut there, hippie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be soon. I just did a video for Frank, and I looked at myself, and yeah, it's time for a haircut.
That's number one. Never look at yourself.
Never look at yourself. Never listen to yourself.
Yeah, let other people do
it.
well, first of all, do you guys know Sean?
You know my brother Sean?
Virtually.
Yeah, we met.
Yeah, how are
Yes.
you? Or maybe at a gig or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alter ego gig.
Cat pasture.
Yeah.
So Sherry and Dave sent in something that Sherry did, and Dave, I presume you were working all of the
mixing. Yeah.
You were doing all the tech stuff in the background. Sherry, let me just say real quick that this is a song by Prince originally, then done by Sinead O'Connor. This is the one song. Yeah, this is one song that is very near and dear to my heart. When I met my wife, this is 1990. I remember our first date coming home, turning on MTV and seeing this song.
Really?
And this song will always, because I remember my wife, who is, like she's kind of into music, sort of. She's into music as long as I'm not involved with it.
She thought you would outgrow this, Frank. Right?
It was a phase, honey.
But one thing that she had a Sinead O'Connor album, and I was so impressed by the fact that she was into Sinead O'Connor. And this song had just come out literally when we had literally at the end of that period. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. This is a beautiful rendition. I'm stalling because I can't find it. It's there somewhere.
And just so everybody knows, it sounds like I'm singing to a karaoke track, but I played all the instrumental myself on the keyboard and just kind of changed the sounds. So I'm doing all the instrumentation, and Dave mixed it.
All right, so this is Sherry Platt and Dave mixing it. This is Nothing Compares to You with the number 2 and with the letter U. Here we go.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I go out every night
That's good. Nice graphic. Very well, nice produced. All right.
Allergies.
That was lovely. I love that song. I really do. Guilty pleasure of mine.
I'm so not good at these videos. I was telling Dave, like, I should just do that video, like, in my pajamas with a pint of ice cream and a bottle of wine and Kleenex all over the place.
Nice job. Really, really appreciate it. Again, that brings back a lot of memories. I love that song. Great. By the way, you ever hear Chris Cornell's version of that?
I have not. No.
You have. Do yourself a favor when the show's over. Like give it a half hour. Come down off the show. Google Chris Cornell. Nothing compares to you. You would be blown. I mean, that was Chris Cornell has that sort of edge to his voice, and juxtapose that edge on a song like that, and you go, wow, he's got this this guy playing cello, really, really pretty.
That's awesome.
Anyway, hey guys, thank you all, really do appreciate it. Sean, thanks for joining us, man. You're welcome back anytime.
Thanks, Frank. Cheers.
All right, guys. Again, that's Alt ID, of course. That's Sherry, Dave, Sean, and the skipper and Gilligan. All right, guys, take care, guys.
Cheers.
I think it's Mikey Beans. Hold on a second. Give me a second here. Let me just check my notes here. Yeah, it's you.
Hey, man.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
And it's Jimmy as well.
It's him. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, I got
buddy?
I got hundreds of acts lined up here, and I just need to check off which one were. Hey, thanks, guys. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna only because in the interest of time, I'm gonna play my song, which Mikey Beans and Jimmy McGuire were both cordial and courteous enough to be part of. Well, thank you both. But I'm going to play it last. It's going to be the last thing we play tonight on the show. Instead, I'm going to bring in your good friend Eric, and I'm going to make sure that you guys get fair representation. When you run the show, you can't be like, "Hey, here I am," and screw the rest of you guys. So we're going to go ahead and play you guys first.
It's
and
the
I'll
real
play
easy. But the headliner always goes last, right, Frank?
That's part of it, Eric. Hey, Eric Zenhauser, Mikey Mike Baumwell, whatever. Mike, but what is that? Help me out here. What's Mikey's Beans? What is that? An alter ego? What is that?
So that's my friend, my good friend Dave gave me that nickname many years ago, and it just kind of stuck. Yeah, he just always calls me Mikey Beans. So
I like it. It sounds cool.
And we're gonna go with it.
I need
I'm writing it out.
I need a cool nickname. Remember, like the Seinfeld episode when George wants to be what was it, T-Bone, and he ended up. Do you remember that? He wanted to give himself a nickname called T-Bone. T-Bone, and then they ended up calling him Coco. Because he resembled the Coco.
You're the Toastmeister,
monkey boy.
Coco. Hey, by the way, Eric, you're coming through on my right channel and only my right channel.
I don't know why that is. I don't know how does it sound.
You guys hear Eric?
Yeah, for me, it's coming through the left channel
or whatever, right or left. I probably have these inverted.
I don't know why that is. I have a different interface, and I'm not sure why it's.
We can hear. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah,
he's got.
How's the quality?
Quality is very crisp.
Yeah.
What word are you looking for?
I know. We have these gear discussions, Frank. We're like gearheads.
I love it. First of all, I want to say, Eric, thank you. Recommending for the Yeti microphone.
Oh yeah, I have one of those for sure.
I mean, they're awesome.
Good mic, good USB mic.
Wow. Absolutely.
But I'm actually just using a SM58 tonight.
You can't go wrong with that.
No, I'm doing that because this is the mic I used for the song. So
really, well, let me make sure I'm true to form.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and play the song. This is. I believe I think everyone, help me out here. Everyone plays on this, right? Jimmy, you're on this as well?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you got Alan, you got, who else on this?
We got Kevin on the fiddle.
Okay. Yep.
We got, and then we got who else do we have? Am I missing
Shelley
it?
on backups.
You have Michael Parrish on keyboards.
Yep, my friend Michael Parrish on keyboards.
Shelley Welch on backing vocals.
Okay, this is great.
Off the charts.
All-star cast here. All right, so this is "Lay Down, Sally," an Eric Clapton song, obviously, and we'll go ahead and play. And you guys will come back. Oh wait, hang on. Hey, Al, I didn't even know you were.
There's Al.
Hey,
there you go. Hey, Al, what happened to Kevin?
I don't know what happened to Kevin.
I don't see Kevin in the green room, so I presume he's not here.
Hopefully
All right, so
he had a gig.
Yeah, he had a gig last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's the fiddle player.
Fiddle player, okay. Yeah. So Alan, we're just saying we were going to go ahead and play "Lay Down, Sally." This is the four of you. I'm not in it, but I am an observer and a fan, actually, if I may. So let's go ahead and play. This is "Lay Down." This is a Last Minute Productions production of "Lay Down, Sally." Here we go. I'm sorry, guys. I've had a few. Here we go.
There is nothing that is wrong wanting you to stay with me. I know you got somewhere to go. Won't you make yourself at home and stay with me? Don't you leave? Lay down, Sally. Rest your mind. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally. No need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. Sun ain't nearly on the rise. We still got the moon and stars above. Underneath the velvet skies, love is all that matters. Won't you stay with me? And gently lay down, Sally. Rest you in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally. No need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. so soon. I've been trying on and on just to talk to you.
Yeehaw!
Hey, rock and roll.
All right, man.
That was
Great
sweet,
job,
man.
everybody.
It was.
Hey,
It was a lot
Eric,
of fun.
Eric, all you needed was a tie. You are doing your best Robert Palmer there.
Yeah.
You had a black tie
I had a
going on.
white T-shirt on.
Had a white, but if you had a white tie, that'd be awesome, man. Or a black tie, rather.
Next video.
Shelley sang so beautifully in that song. You really complimented your vocals on that. It was really
Oh, I
pretty.
know. She took it to the next level. Hey, here's
Absolutely.
a little bit of trivia. You know who sang the original backup vocal on "Lay Down, Sally"?
Mary Claymore.
No, it was not Mary Claymore.
Oh, joke.
Eric.
That's
Was
a,
it Eric
that's a,
Denhausen?
no.
What was it?
Yvonne Elliman.
Wow.
Yvonne Elliman. Yeah.
Yvonne
Don't know
Elliman.
why. Only night.
All right, so Eric. Share one.
Calm down.
Share one guilty pleasure.
Too much wine. Oh, yes.
What band? What act? What artist would we all be surprised to learn Eric loves?
So the the guitar part for Miley Cyrus's "Party in the USA" is awesome. It's a funky little riff. It's awesome. And so I have to say Miley Cyrus, because also, I don't know if you ever heard, she did live on Saturday Night Live, obviously, "War Is Over," which was off the charts. Phenomenal.
Yeah. All right. I'll grant you.
So
that.
Miley Cyrus is my guilty pleasure.
Jimmy, guilty pleasure, Jimmy.
Oh, and we're going to get it together, baby. Barry White.
For me, it would be Barry. No, not Barry White. For me, it would be something like an Aldo Nova or Scorpions.
Well, Scorpions. How's that a guilty pleasure? They're an awesome band.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
In the crowd he runs with anyway.
Aldo Nova, when Jeff
Aldo
Nelson
Nova.
when they were bringing Jeff Nelson in out of the bullpen, that was his song.
I forgot the name of the song. Fantasy, right?
Yep.
A fantasy. Yeah, I remember.
Fantasy.
Yeah, there it is.
You live this fantasy life. Yeah.
Hey, listen, listen. I'm not this way, but he was hot. I will say this.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I got to hear Mikey's. Okay.
Well, I'm going to go Al first. Our guest, Al, the guilty
I missed
pleasure.
the question. What was it?
So the
Frank?
question is, give me one act that you think we would be surprised to learn that you actually like.
Oh, that's
like
easy.
what?
My very first influence when I was between the ages of 6 and 8 was the Partridge Family.
Oh, man. I love the
they rock. They rock.
I nagged my
We all
parents
love
to
the
get me a guitar, and I finally
Susan
did.
Day? Are you kidding me?
71, they finally got me one. Ba 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 ba.
Mikey Beans, your turn.
Okay, so I have two actually. There's a singer called Ava Max. Have you ever heard of Ava Max?
No, but I'll look her up.
She's like pop, like very popular right now. Like she's on the radio.
Right.
She
Ava
has
Max.
a song called Kings and Queens.
Okay.
Kings
I'll
and
look-
Queens, Ava Max. Like my 9-year-old daughter introduced me to this music, and like for some reason I just really like it. I actually listen to it in my car. So
and what's the second one?
I really love, believe it or not, Taylor Swift. I've liked her for a long time, and I like a lot of her music.
Her house is a big attraction in Westerly.
What's that?
Okay.
Excuse me for 1 second. All right, so
You're not
we're gonna-
alone, Mike.
Speaking of Taylor Swift,
I'm out of the closet. I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
speaking of Taylor Swift, the next song is very much Taylor Swift. Like it's AC/DC. Take us through this, Mikey. You got another. This is another Shelley Welch makes an appearance in this as well, right?
That's correct. Yes,
take-
Shelley did an amazing thing here with this song. She became the star of this entire video, actually. So thank you, Shelley, because we love you. And it's a really cool tune. I got 4 bagpipe players, an international code.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
I got
Amazing.
one guy from Germany, another from Canada, and then 2 other guys from the United States. I had to join a Facebook bagpipe group to find these guys, and then a whole bunch of other folks. Like I got some girls dancing around, having fun. Awesome. And my buddy, the lead singer, did an amazing job, and the guitar player Christian, everybody, the bass player. It was just so much fun. So
who's the singer?
His name is Jason Appleton.
Okay, all right.
A friend of mine from the olden days.
All right, so this is AC/DC's Long Way to the Top. A bunch of folks, Jason and gang, etc. Mikey, Shelley, dancers, bagpipers, an amazing production. Here we go. Let's sit back and enjoy.
Partridge in a pear tree.
I love it.
Here we go, guys.
It had
Great
everything.
video.
It had everything.
That's a great video.
It was
Jump the
great.
shark. LMP jumps the shark.
Well, wait a second. Why would you say jump the shark? That was
Because
was
he just like pulled out all the stops.
I'll tell you right now.
I mean, you know if Jump the Shark comes from, right?
Yeah, I know.
Bond.
Bondi's sharp. Come on, everyone knows Bondi jumped the shark. I get it. Mike, that was from because I've made a few videos, only a couple. That was exceptional because I mean, you did so much stuff on that video. There were so many elements going, pushing, pulling. You were changing your color schemes. You were doing the, I can only imagine that probably took you about 1,000 hours to put together.
It took quite a while. Most of the time was trying to find like everybody, find all the players, and figure out like
all those bagpipers.
Yeah, the bagpipers. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot. There were the dancers, the bagpipers, and
I should add, boy, what dancers they were. They were excellent. Seriously, they made
I forgot who I was applauding for at the end there with Shelley, on the stairs.
I was secretly under the.
We had Christina. I don't know if you noticed, but Christina Cook was in there.
Christine Cook. Okay. Yep.
And my friend Christine Marie, she was in there, and a friend of mine named Vanessa Lowy, who so that was fun, man. It was a good time.
Kudos, excellent,
great job,
excellent job. You guys were all great. Thank you guys for joining me again, Mike. You and I are working on something right as we speak, and we will hopefully see that to fruition before long. Jimmy, as I said earlier, I'm going to play my own original song, which both Mike and Jimmy were a part of. I'm going to play it last tonight. That's the last thing you'll see this evening. But
just trying to keep the audience. I know.
Right.
Keep us hanging on.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what we're going to hang on. But we're going to say good evening to you guys. Thanks again for joining me.
Frank. Have a great night. Thanks, guys. Great job. Loved it.
Great seeing you.
Yeah. Hey, what happened? Ted was just there. Charlie Happy Life. What's up, bro?
Hey, man.
I had Ted there for a second, and then he just literally bopped out the minute I was about to bring him on. So Ted is on deck after Charlie Happy Life. Charlie, welcome back, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's good to see you. It's been since like May or June. I can't remember.
Well, it is. Yeah, it's amazing how the time gets ahead of us, and it is what it is. But or away from us, I should say. Ahead and away, I guess, right? But Charlie, you've been, first of all, I like to say that you look good. I mean, and I know you've been through some stuff.
I'm still alive.
Well, you know what? So for those at home, if you don't mind me saying this, we talked about this off the air, so you're okay with me telling people that you did unfortunately contract COVID, and you are doing relatively well. Although you said something about your senses aren't 100% there, your taste buds and your smelling senses and all that stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was lucky. I just basically had the flu-like symptoms, fever, aches, pains, headache, all that stuff.
Sure.
But it's kind of like buying a Powerball ticket or whatever. Once you get sick, you don't know if you're going to be the winner. If you're going to be the one that dies. I mean, a lot of people, unfortunately, that's happening to them. So I feel like I was lucky.
I'm with you, man, and that's part of it. By the way, say hello to Ted Silverman. I don't know if you guys know each other. Ted, do you know Charlie?
Hey, Ted.
Have you seen Charlie? Okay, so Charlie, just give you some real quick background. Charlie's been involved with SMG for probably since the inception. I think when we first did our first open mic, Charlie shows up. Actually, I think we did a meeting once. We were all going to get together and we were going to sort of plan out what Stamford Musicians Group was. And Charlie, you were part of that meeting. We were, I forgot the name of that place. It was right on the corner of whatever. I think you remember this. It was
one of those meetup things,
Yeah, meetup things, right? So that you were one of the original guys. So thanks for and Charlie's also a great actually the first person I've ever seen use a looper. I was like, what is that? You're like, it's a looper. I'm like, a looper? What the hell is that? Like,
have enough of them.
No, you know what? You do really well. So I figure I bring both you guys on because unfortunately, as I always do, I go a little bit longer than I was supposed to. I tell everybody, oh, here's an approximate time for you to sign on. Meanwhile, it is what it is. You never want, I think everybody on our show this evening, and really every show we've ever had, they are just great conversationalists. I think that's one thing about this community is we do make great conversation. This could literally be a 4-hour show if I allowed it to be, right? Like I try to keep it within, but long story short, so I apologize, which I typically do. I'm always ending up apologizing. So I figured I'd bring you both back on, and we can at least shoot the shit, so to speak. So Charlie, you did a couple tracks for us. Ted, you did a couple tracks. We're gonna sit back. This will be the Ted and Charlie segment of the show. We'll start. Maybe we'll do one and one and one and one. How's that? Boy, girl, boy, girl. Is that all right?
Good.
Sounds good.
All right. So, and by the way, Charlie, you should let me introduce Ted. Ted is our friend from San Francisco, although he's in Pacifica these days, right?
Just south of the city. Yeah, I sold my house, split from my wife, and living sort of a whole new lifestyle.
All right. Well, God bless, man. God bless. So Ted comes to us through a friend of mine, Richard Lippin. Hopefully Richard's watching. Hey, Richard, it's been a while. Richard has been talking about Ted for the last 30 years that I've known him. And Ted and I have connected in the past, but recently, over the last 9 months, Ted has been part of this sort of thing. And also about a month ago, we did a video together. And so he is officially part of the greater Stamford area.
I did go to high school in Danbury. I never mentioned that.
You know what? You failed to mention that. That is technically, is that Fairfield? I think it is. Fairfield. Danbury's still Fairfield, right?
I don't even remember. It was so long ago.
It is, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It's Route 7.
That counts, man. That counts. All right, so we're going to start with Charlie. Before we go there, just let me get this out of the way. Some guilty pleasures, a band or an artist that you like that we would be surprised to learn that you like. Charlie.
Me?
Charlie.
Katy Perry.
What? Really? You like her?
I mean, when my daughters were a little younger, they were really big fans, and I heard a lot of the songs, and I saw a lot of the videos, so I'm a big fan.
She's good. Yeah, I mean, you got to admit, she's good. She's good. Ted, how about yourself? An artist that you'd be surprised.
Charlie just mentioned an operative word, having a daughter, and I don't have a daughter. I have a son. So I kept everything on the, apple not falling far from the tree. And my kids' love for things like Hendrix, Neil Young, Jimmy Page, Jerry Garcia, Trey, people like that.
Yep.
So I wasn't exposed to any of this Katy Perry stuff, or I just don't pay attention. So my turkeys from the past are things like, KC and the Sunshine Band.
Ah, man. I love KC. Come on.
Yeah,
How do you
and
love KC?
Oh, I love it. And like weird pop.
Get down tonight.
You remember that old song, Pop Music by the guy called M? Yeah.
It's I absolutely pop.
I remember.
Yeah.
Pop music.
Like really catchy, hooky old tunes that you're afraid to admit you like.
Wait, I love the part where he goes, talk about it.
Yeah.
Music.
That kind of stuff. I like that.
There was that song by Split Enz called, I don't know what the name of it was.
I Got You.
That one, I don't know why I get frightened.
I don't
know.
Sometimes I get frightened. Split Enz is Neil Finn. I mean,
I used to try and sing that in the shower, and I don't know. I swear I sounded great, but who knows?
It also all connects with that old band called 10cc. They put out a bunch of interesting weird.
Not in love.
Yeah.
That's by the way, 10cc. The things
stuff.
we do.
Yeah.
The things we do for love, the things we do for love. But they also did "I'm Not in Love," which is a great song. I'm right?
And they did "I Don't Love Reggae." That's another good one. Yeah.
By the way, bands from the 70s. I know we say this over like there was because the 70s kind of like the early 80s. There's a lot of one-hit wonders. It was very, very one-hit wonder rich. I don't know why that is. By the way, it just is. Not seriously, because I mean, I can't figure out what is it about. I guess what is it about the 70s and the 80s that produced so many one-hit wonders?
Well, the distinction is the guitar dominated the 70s. The synth dominated the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right.
All right,
I had bought this whole set of Time Life guitar records, 60s, 70s, 80s, and there were a lot of one-hit wonders in there. I do remember that. They had
Yeah.
all the classics from Led Zeppelin and Who and Bad Company and everything. But
I still owe Columbia Records a shitload of money.
No, it's Columbia House.
There you go. That's it.
Columbia House. I think me too. I've mailed in my penny, and that's the last they heard of me. All right, so let's go ahead and play. All right. So this is Charlie. This is you have a choice. We're either doing Peter Gabriel or we're doing the Stones. Which would you prefer?
Yeah, do the Peter Gabriel, I guess.
Okay. This is "Come Talk to Me" by Peter Gabriel, as performed by Charlie Happy Life. CharlieHappyLife.com. Here we go. Sit back and relax.
Okay, I'm going to do a Peter Gabriel song called Come Talk to Me. This wretched desert takes its form, the jackal proud and tall, in search of you. Feel my way through the slowest evening night. Whatever fear remains, I swear it makes no sense. I'll reach out through the border fence. Come on, come talk to me. In this swirling, curling storm of desire, unuttered words hold fast. With a reptile tongue, the lightning lashes, towers built to last. Darkness creeps in like a thief and offers no relief. Why are you shaking like a leaf? Come on, come talk to me. Won't you please talk to me? Won't you please come talk to me? We can unlock this misery. Oh, won't you please come talk to me? Oh, I did not come to steal, and this is so unreal. Can you show me how you feel now? Won't you please come talk to me? Come talk to me. Come talk to me. This earthly power, such shadow milk from sleepy tears undone. From nipple skin as smooth as silk, the bugles blow as one. You lie there with your eyes half closed, like there's no one there at all. There's a tension growing on your face. Come on, come talk to me. Oh, won't you please talk to me? Oh, won't you please come talk to me? We can unlock this misery. Oh, won't you please come talk to me? Don't you ever change say, and the heart will not be denied. Till we're both on the same damn side, and all of this blow away. Won't you please come talk to me? Oh, just talk to me. Unlock this misery. Oh, won't you please come talk to me? Come talk to me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was awesome. I love it, man. I love what you're doing. Again, there's that looper thing that you're using, right?
Yeah, that one. Usually I'll play it in while I'm doing the song if I'm doing it live, but just to save a few seconds on the video, I did it before, so it was already recorded.
That sounded great. That was awesome. All right, so let's pivot to Ted. Ted, you did a couple of songs. I was very impressed by your rendition of Dwayne Allman's song. This is Little Martha, right?
Yeah, I figured I'd give it instrumental a shot. I play a lot of finger-style guitar, but I don't really step out and do it. And I like this song, so I gave it a try.
All right, so let's go ahead and play it. This is, of course, Ted Silverman from Pacifica, California, right, just a little north of, a little west, little west of Stamford.
Yes. Northwest of Stamford.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Stamford, California.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Wow, you plug in Martin as well. That's great. That was beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah,
That sounded great.
A
Yeah.
little overdriven, but in a mistake or two. But it's hard to get it perfect.
Well, it's not exactly easy to do Dwayne Allman. Let's face it. But I thought you did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. And by the way, I've seen others attempt that song. It's not as easy as it sounds, but it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. Really sort of kind of that bar that sort of people set for themselves as guitar players. That's one of those songs. All right, so Charlie, we are going to pivot back to you doing something from the Stones. Tell us about this song and why you chose it.
Well, the other day there was a news story, and it was just talking about how this was the last song that Brian Jones worked on before he died.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like right at the time that he died. I think he died like a year later, but it was the last like creative effort that he put in with the rest of the group.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
And then I also remembered I had a really good friend in college that had all the records, and I really loved the Stones. I only had like 2 or 3 records, but my friend had like all of them, and we used to listen to them all the time. So anyway, this was one of my favorites.
So this is kind of a first for you because you're playing slide guitar on this.
I forgot about that.
No, I mean, I look, I love it. It's always enjoyable to watch somebody play slide, and I think you do a nice job on this as well.
I'm almost still kind of a beginner with the slide, but there's another first too. I actually play the piano too. So I've never played the slide live.
Really?
And I've never played the piano live. So I do it all in the video.
Bold.
Here we go. Without further ado, this is No Expectations from the Stones. This is Charlie Happy Life, charliehappylife.com. Here we go.
Okay, I'm Charlie Happy Life, and this is a Rolling Stones song called No Expectation. Take me to the station and put me on the train. I got no expectation to get through here. Yeah. Once I was a rich man. Now I am so poor, but never in my short, sweet life have I been like this before. Your heart is like a diamond. You throw your pearls at swine. Watch you leaving me, you get my peace of mind. Love is like the water splashes on a stone.
like all music. It's here, but then it's gone. So take me to the airport and put me on a plane. Got no expectation to get through here again. All right, thank you.
Man, I just wrote you a note in the public chat group just saying this was awesome, man. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I love how you pivot to your.
I need an assistant. I need an assistant to hand me things, you know?
You know what? Listen, I'm there. Next time you need my help, you just give me a call. I'm happy to hand you stuff. All right. That was great. A great song. I love that song. I really do. I remember, by the way, the time I was just looking at a video. It was either a video. No, it was a video that we did. It was the night the Fez closed. Charlie, Ted, you should know. Charlie ran an open mic at a place called the Fez downtown. And it was a really great small venue, but really intimate and really nice, and really they had a stage. They all had it going. Charlie ran a nice open mic, met a lot of great people there. Really was. And one night we did that song. Was it Moonlight? Was it
Midnight Moonlight.
Moonlight
Mile.
Moonlight Mile. I want to say Moonlight Drive, but that's a Doors song. Moonlight Mile by the Stones. I remember that. That was so. We did it for like 25 minutes. It was like let's just do Moonlight Mile. Like,
it's like, when I finally get on the stage, it's like I want to play 3 guitar solos for every song. But I get carried away. I can't help it.
This is a 3-minute song, but go ahead. Let's go ahead and go with it and take it away.
At least I got to see you do without your fez on.
All right, so let's go ahead and play an original. Ted, talk us through this. It is called
Something for the Lunatic Fringe. And I wrote this when I read about, I had no idea what the hell QAnon was, and then I read about it and I was like, what lunacy are these people, what are they, what kind of drugs are these people on? So without talking about QAnon, I just made up a bunch of words about how a lot of people are just hoodwinked by junk. And I took a chance on sending this to you because I usually play songs that are 20 years old that I've played for years. This one is about as fresh as I've gotten. So
I should mention that this is a political show, but I should mention that you and Charlie have a lot in common. You have very similar posts on Facebook. I'll just leave it at that. You both are on the same page. We should have a conversation offline because I'd love to exchange thoughts.
This song is not political. It is just about craziness.
Yeah. I try not to get too deep. I like to poke my Republican friends, You
do a good job. You do a good job. I have no Republican friends, none.
Ted, you got me.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that.
You didn't know that. You didn't know that.
I sensed, but it's no biggie. We're about music here.
It's funny. Well, of course it is, but not really. We're all human. So, and at the end of the day, we everything we do and think goes into our music and goes into our everyday lives. Richard, our mutual friend, Richard Lippin, and I have had some pretty interesting conversations, but here's the reality. It doesn't ever have to get nasty. And yet sometimes on Facebook it does. And I don't know why. We were talking about this in the last show. I'm not sure why it has to get to the point where you're berating somebody.
Have you ever heard that comedian who talked about how you would never say the things you say to another driver if you were in an elevator with them?
I saw a great video today. I felt like posting it. It was of these two dogs, right? Have you seen this video?
No.
And they're separated by a fence. And this must have been like a social experiment. They're separated by a fence, right? And they're going, and then they slide the fence open. They go, like they pull back, like,
hey, what's up?
Oh yeah, like now it really got real because the fence is no longer separating it. That is Facebook, right? It's that fence and like, hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? What's up?
What's happening? Anyway, let's go. Yeah, right, exactly. Let's go ahead and play Ted. This is something from
the Lunatic Fringe.
For the Lunatic Fringe. Here we go.
Yeah.
I have often wondered where the truth resides. So-called words of wisdom, inspiring divine. Fact and fiction twisted to fill the empty space beyond the crap you read in cyberspace. Some folks think the earth is flat, no way to sway them. Nothing you could ever say that ever will dismay them. UFOs, aliens, and other misconceptions, conspiracies of these deceptions. Bonafide malarkey, blooms and grows and thrives. Aliens among us, all that kind of jive. Gullible means something upon which they can binge. Tee up something for the lunatic fringe. Crystal healing powers, cosmic lunar rings, Haitian voodoo curses, tossing the I Ching, sacred divination, ancient yin and yang, shallow is the well from which it sprang. Talismans and baubles, shriveled mojo hands, seals and scrolls and precious stones found in distant lands. Beads of magic powers, amulets and charms. For some it's real, for some it's an alarm. Bonafide malarkey, blooms and grows and thrives. Sapiens among us, all that kind of jive. Gullible needs something upon which they can bend. Tee up something for the lunatic fringe. Faith and trust and credence, the airing of your grievance, practices deceive through years. Fuming incense sensors, ritual dispensers, symbols to alleviate your fears. Some put faith in tokens of ancient words once spoken, as if these words were worth their weight in gold. They venerate this doctrine till they find another option. With a little luck they live until they're old. Bonafide malarkey, blooms and grows and thrives. Atheists among us, all that kind of jive. Gullible needs something upon which they can binge. Tee up something for the lunatic fringe. Bonafide malarkey, blooms and grows and thrives. Aliens among us, all that kind of jive. Gullible needs something upon which they can binge. Tee up something for the lunatic fringe.
I loved it. I sent a note to Ted saying, "Man, you can write. Man, you can write. You can definitely write." Hey, guys, say hello to Jimmy McGuire there. Jimmy.
Yo, what's up,
hanging in there with us?
Hey.
I got my cowboy hat on.
So I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. You guys got a couple minutes?
Yeah.
You sure? All right. Hope you don't mind. So Jimmy, myself, and Mikey Beans, who's unfortunately I think asleep because I sent him a text saying, "Hey, are you going to be around?" He's not around. So we actually did one of my own originals. I rarely play my own stuff on this show. I don't know why. I just don't feel, hey, yeah, I'll tell you why. So we do these open mics, right? Charlie, you do open mics, right? Like, have you ever gone to an open mic where the host of the open mic does the first 5 songs? Like, it's usually like, oh, dude, don't freaking get up there and play 5 of your own songs.
No, I'm guilty. I started doing that at the end over there at the Fez because
you didn't do 5. You would do 2, maybe 3 at most, right? Like, but I've been to open mics where it's literally their show, and then the rest of the idiots in the audience are sitting there like, when's our turn? Oh, well,
yeah, you gotta wait.
I'm gonna do 6 songs first, and then all you losers can come up here and do your own little one song. But don't do too many songs. I'm like, God, I'm not going to any more open mics.
And one of the songs is "I Don't Need No Doctor."
All right, so that's the reason why I don't like to play my own music, but I will make an exception, and it is, in all fairness, the last song of the night. So,
and it's a good song, Frank. I really enjoyed contributing.
Well, Jimmy, thank you very much for being part of that, and thank you for saying that. That's very nice. I didn't pay Jimmy to say that, by the way.
No, it didn't. It was
so this is a song. This is me doing a song, my own song, with Mike, who is cordial and courteous enough to play drums on it, Jimmy to play bass on it, and pretty much me doing everything else. So, I can't find it. Here it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. It's called Every Day. It's I'm a guy that does a lot of acoustic strumming type songs. So here's a song with 19 chords in it that have pretty much strum. That's literally what I do. This is a bit of a departure for me. It's more of I won't call it rap because it's not anywhere near rap, but it's more of a sort of kind of a continual vocal line kind of song, which again is not typically my style. But let's sit back and hopefully you enjoy it. So Jimmy on bass, Mikey on drums, me on guitar and vocals. Here we go.
Sing with the lively universe encircled by showers in the autumn. Miss all the white hairs on the beach and let the flowers fall from your hand. No one says I love you with spreaded arms and governance. Write your name in the letter like smoke some down the shore. Remember, no one ever let you. But suddenly your window shut with a bang like a car over bottle. Set the sky with a red grain like a red fish. You're gonna hear it sooner or later. Oh, the birds are gonna fly over fields in the ghetto. Oh, the old man in the tent with the pen and the power. Oh, the storm full of tears. It's time to change the way you feel. Say, oh, you are here and I am there, but you answer to me all the same. Fly go around me about what's so strange. Oh, lifeless things you say. And now you're gone, little one, when you bring them out of honeysuckle, yeah. But now you're sad. You never thought that the summertime would ever be like this. And my happiness, I suppose, is watch it all go down and around. Not all the while sitting by counting time and you throw it in the pile now. In the wall while the fall. Pick it up where you left off and said, hey, my name, that signs all of my letters. Oh, my name, the one that makes you dream in despair. Says they are my words raining over you like a stormy hour. My tide control may appear to shoot out. Well, I said it once. From the wind, from the wind, from the window. I said it once. I'm from the wind, on the wind, from the window. Lazy baby, 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 baby. Lazy baby, 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 baby. Wanna hear your heart sing, yeah. Heart, yeah. Wanna hear your
That's it.
I think Ted and I are gonna have to hire you to do our video production next time.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
All right.
Production.
So that's in and of itself an art. You know,
Every
that's
good song.
we're learning how to do video production. I think more so. And I was starting to say this earlier. Actually, did mention it. There are these major studios that are doing nothing but content creation these days, or at least devoting a portion of their business to content. I'm talking about this type of stuff. I'm talking about the fact that they recognize that, post COVID, we will have a different environment in which we are I don't know, getting their content if it isn't face to face, and this is here to stay. So that was it. But Jimmy, thank you again for being part of that. That was awesome.
It was my pleasure, Frank. It really was.
Yeah,
I loved your song.
Yeah, it came together pretty well. I enjoyed doing it. And it was great. But Ted, as always, thank you for being part of the show. Charlie, love to see you back. I hope you regain your sense of smell and your sense of taste. I don't know if you caught this, but Charlie actually had COVID a couple months ago, and is looking great. And so I'm glad to see you back on your feet.
Yeah, it's just funny, it's like you eat whatever I eat, it all tastes the same. It's just it's like, is it ever going to come back? It's kind of weird.
I mean, what have you read? What have you learned? Have you spoken to other folks that have experienced this?
Well, basically what happens is it makes your brain swell and it makes your lungs swell. So if your lungs really swell, then you can't breathe and your heart, gets messed up. But also in the brain, it can do weird things. Like, when I was younger, we played in the basement, my ear rings, but like for those about a week and a half, it was like really loud,
But
like I couldn't hear the beeper when you do the thermometer in your mouth. And
all of a sudden you can play the slide guitar in the piano. What the heck?
Yeah, I know. And then he sort of pivots it, and obviously, yeah, right, exactly.
I'm going acoustic.
He's never played a slide before. Like,
well, I mess around with it, That slide that I'm using is probably 30 years old.
No, that was awesome, guys. Thank you again, Jimmy. Good luck with your meeting tomorrow. You stayed up late for us, and we really appreciate it. Ted, as always, thank you, man. And Charlie, we'll see you soon, man.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Beware of the oncoming western weather. It's terrible out here.
All right, man.
It's blowing heavy.
Cold as hell here.
It's coming east.
I love to hear when folks from California complain about the weather.
Hey, I just
I
want
love
to let you know,
California. I always wanted to live there.
I live across the street from the ocean, and it's like 30-mile-an-hour winds and about to have an atmospheric river with 2 feet of snow in the mountains. So it's coming your way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo. All right.
They
bless,
started salting the roads already. Take care, fellas.
All right, guys. Take care.
Stay safe. Be good.
All right.
Thank
We
you.
will.
Great show.
All right, Jimmy. Thanks again. Take care, Charlie.
Take
All
care.
right. So that is it. That we are done. Thank you again. Another great show. This is coming in. What time is it? I don't even know. It's 11:18. So that means the show has been going on for 3 hours and 22 minutes. And you know what? I can do another 3 hours and 22 minutes if, I'm not proud. So, hey, I want to thank everyone that was, gracious enough to be part of the show. We started off with Matt McDonald. Thanks again, Matt. Matt's been part of every one of the shows, or almost every one of the shows we've done, and also just a true gentleman. So thank you, Matt. I appreciate for your songs. He did Instant Karma. He did 1921 by The Who. I want to go on record saying I'm a huge Who fan. Randy Stone. John Clunan, Dawn Ricciardi also did a couple of songs on the road to find out, which is a Cat Stevens song, and also did Wildflower by Tom Petty. Kenny Weiss, You Got a Friend in Me, Kenny Weiss Project. Thanks again, Kenny. Really appreciate it. Pat Stone did something from Mr. Mellencamp. Hurts So Good. Love that song. Pat, hopefully we'll see you back soon. Nick Amico doing an original song called Bite Down. Nick is an absolute star, superstar. Check him out. Check out his band, The Wind Up. Awesome guys as well. Alana Zabari unfortunately had technical issues, but her songs were absolutely beautiful. One of the most lovely vocalists in this area in terms of just her tone and just her presence is tremendous. So check that out if you are watching the show, or if you missed that part of it, just rewind and check that part out. Kurt and Helen, as always, just lovely, great performers, entertainers. So thank you, Kurt and Helen. And then we had Randy and Reese, Randy Funk and Reese doing, and they are part of a project, a band called Sarah Sarah. Did a couple of songs for us, a song called She, and a song called Spaces in Between. Check them out. You can download their music. Really lovely tone. And just really, really cool people as well. Then Tom the Suit Forrest, Tom doing just a couple things. Number one, he did a song from his new album called Searching for the Mystic. Go on to Tom the Suit Forrest. That is his own page. You can download or at least get a link to the song, to the album Searching for the Mystic, and all proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, go to Feeding America charity. If you can help us or help Tom and the rest of us communally, donate what you can to that. It's a tremendous cause, and so check that out. Thank you again, Tom, for being here. Then of course, Alt Universe, that always hitting it out of the park. They did Fat Bottom Girls, great rendition, and Tommy doing a 3-part harmony on that. Then followed by Sherry Platt, one of my favorite all-time songs. Reminds me of my lovely wife who I dated. Our first date, we heard that song called Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor. This was back in 1990, of course. But Sherry did a really nice version of that song tonight. So thank you, Sherry. And then Mikey Bombwell, Mikey Beans and gang, and doing a couple of things for us. Long Way to the Top, as well as Lay Down Sally. That was Eric and Alan and everybody else. So thank you guys. Then of course, Ted Silverman and Charlie Happy Life. They were the most recent guests. And then my little song with Jimmy McGuire and also Mikey Beans. So thanks everyone. Really do appreciate you guys being part of this. It's been a great show. This is why we do it. I'll be here as long as you'll have me. And we wish you the very, very best. Just stay safe, man. Right. Wear your masks, stay safe, be cool. We'll see each other soon. So till next time, this is Frank Tasso signing off.